Okay, so today I'm going to start working on the fins, and I've got the original pattern here that I cut the body shape out of, and I'm going to use some of the fins on this, and this is another way of modifying the patterns that I was talking about earlier, in that I don't like the shape of this tail. It's not symmetrical, I guess is the word I'm trying to say. I do like the soft spiny dorsal fin and the caudal fin. I don't like the spiny dorsal fin here, so I've got another one here that I've drawn out that I like better. I like it standing up a little better. I'm probably going to also use this tail because the tail on this one is not very symmetrical. So I'm going to get these cut out, and then I'll show you how I lay those out on the piece of wood that I've got here. I hope I got enough here to get them all on. So, alright, let me get those cut out, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I've got the fins cut out, with the exception of the dorsal fin, the spiny dorsal fin, but which I'll show you how I lay that out here. So I've got these pieces here. The tail will be cut out of this piece here. I try to make the grain go the direction of the spines. That'll make them a little bit stronger. I know some people will cut the tail in half and make two separate pieces and alternate the grain slightly and then glue them back together, but I'm not going to do that on this one. I think it's small enough that it'll be strong enough. So so what I'll do is I will lay this out and trace the outline of it. So I've got the outline of the tail here, but I also add a little piece for tab that will slide into the fish here. So I'll draw that in. Sometimes I'll do it straight, but I think I'll do this one curved. So this piece here will be, there'll be a slot cut in the end of the tail of the body that this will go down into, and it's kind of a pain to the fit and finish of this, but it works out all right. It just takes some time. So let me do the, all right, there's the tail. And I'll do these up close together and cut them out on the bandsaw. So I'll put a little tab here for that will get glued into the body. Okay, so I'm going to do the pectoral fins here. Trace that around them. And what I'll do is I'll flip this over, and I'm going to leave me some material. I'm going to connect these two and leave me some material in between. And what that does, that gives me one solid piece to hang on to while I'm carving it. It's easier than trying to hang on to this little piece and carve it. And once I get both sides done, then it's just a matter of cutting them out in the middle. So let me draw this one out here. So this will get cut in here, and I'll leave this piece attached, and then once I get the fin drawn out, I'll cut this off. I'll cut this middle piece out here, and then I'll have the tab of the fin that'll get inserted into a slit in the side of the fish. So, but this piece just lets me hang on to it a little better, and I may be able to get both pectoral fins on here. Let me try and see here. Yeah, I think I can, so I'm gonna try that. Just save from wasting the wood here. So flip it over, give myself some room there. Oh yeah, I got plenty of room here. So again, these pieces will be put together here. And then the spiny dorsal, I think I've got room to cut it, put it in here and lay it out, which I haven't cut it out yet, but I'll do that now. Okay, so I've marked, it's kind of hard to see, but I've marked where the fins will go on the pattern. And I'm going to lay that out on here. So the pectoral fin be right here, which I'll do that one last. Oh, that's an easy one. The anal fin goes here. Got my mark right there, so I'm just gonna make a mark down here. The spiny dorsal will start right here. Okay, so I've got the fins marked where they'll go. I'm gonna draw that center line out again so that I know where to keep it. And as it gets closer, I'll drill the little slot in here for the dorsal fins. The anal fin, pelvic fins will be on the bottom here, roughly in this area. And then the pectoral fins will be right in here. And I'll mark that more precise as I get closer to that. That's pretty close to where it'll be. So I'm going to cut these out on the bandsaw, and we'll get started carving them here when I get back. Okay, so I've got the fins cut out on the bandsaw now, and I lay these out on a fairly thick piece of stock, 1.5 inches or so. So I can cut them in half. That way if I mess one up, I've got spares. Same with these. They was drawn out and cut out on one solid on a piece that thick, and then I just cut them in half after I drew the lines out. So this is the pectoral fins, and if you look close here, I've got a center line drawn, but if you notice, some of them kind of curve a little bit, and that's so that I can give the fin a little bit of movement. So this one will curve out. This one will remain fairly straight. Same with this one. I want it to have just a little bit of a curved shape to it. I did the same on the soft ray dorsal fin. It'll have just the back end piece will have just a slight curve. The anal fin will have a slight curve to it also. You can kind of see the curve there. The spiny dorsals will remain pretty straight, and then the tail fin will be the same. It'll have some curvature to it. The bottom portion of the tail will kind of flip out, and the whole fin will have a, let me lay these down. The whole fin will have a curve this way, but the bottom one will turn slightly out. So you can see the slight out this way, and it's drawn way off over here. And you can see the how the fin will have a slight twist to it. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna get started carving on these. Again, I've redrawn my center line here, and have put in where the fins will go, roughly, and I'll recheck that again later as it goes. So, all right, let me get my Dremel set up here. I'm going to start off with a pretty coarse bit. If I can find it, here it is. I'm going to start off with this teardrop shape. Pretty coarse cuts all, so it'll remove a lot of material fast. As it gets closer to the shape, then I'll switch over to a finer bit, and then later on I'll draw in the detail, the actual spine detail on it, and that gets carved out. All right, get started here. See what I meant by leaving these two pieces together. It's easier to hang on to versus trying to hold something down here like this. Checking for thickness here. I want it to be a little bit thicker back towards where it'll mount onto the body, and it'll thin out as it gets out towards the end. So I just kind of by feel, keep my fingers in there. So you kind of see the shape. It's starting to give a little bit of a curved feel to it there. Just gives it a little bit of movement. This one will be just a little straighter. I don't take it down to its final thickness because I'm gonna be cutting it. I'm gonna use a finer bit in a minute and take it down just a little bit more. And then when I get ready to carve the ray detail in there, that takes it down even more. So it's one of those where you just kind of sneak up on the thickness of it. Okay, I've got these pretty close to where I want them. I'm going to start on the other ones and get them roughed down to a rougher shape, and then I'll switch to a finer bit and start working these down, smoothing them out a little bit. So I'm going to start on the Okay, I've got the tail shaped with some motion in it. It'll be, get the fish out here. It'll be on this side. So it'll have some little bit of a motion to it. Now what I'll do is I'll go in with a finer bit and start smoothing all this down. And then I'll draw in the ray detail, and then start carving the ray detail in it. Okay, one thing I need to do now is draw out these patterns back on this where I'm going to put the tab on here. Let me cut this off here a little bit more. I want to start shaping the tab part here, so when I get ready to cut it off, it'll be straight. Cut it right here, and then when I get ready, I'll cut it right in the middle, and then I'll file these down to the shape they're supposed to be. So when I get ready to draw in the rays, I'll know where to start. Okay, I've got the fins all shaped and fairly smooth. I'm going to take and sand them a little bit to smooth them out even more, and then I'll take them in and draw the fin rays on them, and then I'll come back out and start carving those. I've also, if you look close here, you can see where I've ground in the tabs on all these, except for these, which will get cut in half, but the anal fin has the little tab cut on it. But what I'll do is I'll cut the slits in here so that they'll accept the fins, and then I've got them marked on the back where they'll go, and I'll cut the little slots in for that as well as the pectoral fins and the pelvic fins. So I'm going to go in and get these sanded and get the rays drawn on there. Then I'll be back out to start carving the detail in them.